in his world, but daggone sure not in mine. I don't get that one.
Well, my nickname was Shay. And my name's
Good
Michelle.
point.
So
Good
there
point.
you go.
All right. Well, by the way, he didn't know his real name until he was 11. His teacher had to tell him. And Kid says he was a little mad at his mom.
Yeah, you know, I understand that because what happens when she gets really mad at him and she's like, Christopher? And he's like, who's Christopher? My
Good
name's
point.
Kit. Good night, everybody.
Take care.
Coming up on KARE 11 News at 4, a wintry mixed bag is headed this way. Find out how it could impact weekend travel. Plus, the capital city murder count rises following a deadly night in St. Paul. And new technology by college students is turning pages for those who are visually impaired. Stay tuned next.
At Becker, you can shop like a boss. Change color. Something big. Like our biggest New Year's sale discount to the public. 58% off store-wide. Wow. Give me more. Plus 60-month special financing? It's a deal. Shop like a boss at all 7 Becker locations.
You gotta be proud of what you do. You gotta be detailed, element by element.
I've been trained to notice things that most human eyes don't see.
I feel like I put my soul into the cars.
Your work ethic, the product you provide, reflects on your name.
We sign off.
We sign off.
So you can sign on.
Now during the Sign Then Drive event, you can lease a new 2019 Atlas for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
The Joseph A. Bank lowest prices of the year event. Save up to 85% off. Suits for $149, sport coats for $99, dress shirts, sports shirts, and sweaters for $29, plus an extra 60% off clearance. The lowest prices of the year event, only at Joseph A. Bank.
You know what day it is? A 106-year-old piece of this cake was found in 2017.
Looks like they do. It's National Fruitcake Day.
Yeah.
Friday at 4:30 on KARE 11.
A quiet scene out there now, but change is in the air. We are bracing for the next winter storm. Where you live or where you are traveling will make a difference in the conditions you face. So let's get right to it. And JD, how are things looking right now?
Just tracking the storm as it moves across the center portion of the country. Advisories, warnings already issued for the area, and you can see the metro included in that winter weather advisory. The winter storm warning, basically it sends from north of Duluth back towards Brainerd and in towards Marshall. Where you see those counties in pink, 4 to 8 inches of snow possible through Sunday. Areas in the purple off to the north of the metro could see an inch or two before it changes over to rain, but really going to be more sleet and a mixture for the metro as we make our way through the morning hours. So that's why we have that winter weather advisory. Up to a half an inch to maybe an inch of sleet accumulation and maybe some glazing of ice out there as well around the area before it all switches to rain, which obviously will melt everything that we get in the morning. Where you see the pink, it doesn't switch to rain, so keep that in mind. If your holiday travel plans are from northern Minnesota or western Minnesota, that's going to be some dicey travel conditions right there. Timing it all out for you, quiet as we head into the overnight hours, but by about 2 o'clock in the morning, starts to push into southwestern Minnesota and eventually reaches the metro by about 7 a.m. as that wintry mix, and then changes to rain as we head into the afternoon hours. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll run down the rest of the system because this is just day one of a 3-day system, so it's very complicated.
You'll be very busy this weekend.
Very much so.
All right, thank you, JD. Appreciate that, and we'll see you in a little bit. Everyone wants, of course, to be prepared for wintry conditions, but depending on how things play out, it may be tough. Here's a live look at smooth sailing on the roads right now. MnDOT crews will take on whatever comes their way, but at this point, they say it's a waiting game.
There's not a lot we can do, especially as rain, to pre-treat or do anything like that because it does wash away when we have a little more rain.
Around the country, changing weather conditions are snarling travel plans. Blaine Alexander surveyed the scene in Atlanta.
With the holidays coming to a close, millions are headed home and into a potential travel nightmare. Much of the country is bracing for a winter storm expected to hit the East Coast by Sunday. Southern California is already taking the hit with a triple punch of flooding, strong winds, and heavy snow, shutting down parts of busy Interstate 5 in Los Angeles.
There was a lot of traffic. We were stuck together, couldn't get out, so Basically, been here for almost about 9-10 hours already.
In San Diego, help came on horseback for this stranded FedEx driver. With all of that barreling east, expect a chilling effect on your travel plans. AAA is estimating a record 115 million travelers on the road and in the sky by New Year's Day. That's 4 million more than last year. Across the country, thousands of flight delays Thursday, with more expected. And on the roads, the same story, where the flood of holiday drivers could double, even triple drive times in some cities.
My husband drives and we all sleep in the car.
Now, good news, if you are traveling this weekend, the numbers are looking a lot better than yesterday. We just checked the latest, less than 50 cancellations and about 250 delays. The worst airports, San Francisco, Las Vegas, and Denver. Back to you.
Stay with KARE 11 for continuing coverage of the winter weather. You can get alerts, radar views, and current conditions anytime on the KARE 11 app. St. Paul police are investigating the city's latest murder. A man was shot in the head and torso in a State Street parking lot. He died at the hospital. A short time later, authorities were called to a second scene where a woman had been assaulted. They found a van crashed into a fence at the Oakland Cemetery. Police believe the woman either fell out of the van or was pushed. The driver of the van was arrested. Authorities say this incident and the shooting are related. Is under arrest today, accused of kidnapping his 6-month-old son from the boy's mother after assaulting her at a Wyoming gas station. The baby was later found safe. Wyoming police announced this morning the man was taken into custody with the help of the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. Authorities say the suspect is the father of the infant but does not have custodial rights. Authorities in Carver County are searching now for suspects after a man was shot near the Chanhassen Cinema last night. Investigators say there was a group dispute in the parking lot, and one man pulled out a gun, shooting the victim in the leg. The suspects fled. We have a heartbreaking update on the boy hurt in a farming accident near Alexandria. Alex Basil's family posted on his Caring Bridge site that they are preparing to, quote, say goodbye to our sweet boy. They continue to say Alex will be united with his dad in heaven. Alex lost consciousness after inhaling toxic gas in a silo. His father and uncle died in the accident. Following the Christmas morning fire at the historic Drake Hotel, Minneapolis leaders have ordered at least part of the building to come down. You're looking at a live picture from downtown Minneapolis. Equipment and workers have been on scene, but so far have not begun the teardown. The 4-alarm blaze heavily damaged the building. It was being used as overflow homeless housing. Hennepin County officials are announcing new information on the fire at this hour, so stay tuned for the latest on KARE 11 News at 5. Flu season is ramping up here in Minnesota. The latest numbers from the Minnesota Department of Health show 351 hospitalizations statewide and 7 deaths, which is not too much higher than a normal flu season. But doctors are seeing a higher number of children come down with the flu this year. Last week alone, there were outbreaks at 167 schools across the state.
So the typical symptoms of the flu are that it hits hard and fast. So typically a high fever, higher than usual for your child, and body aches, chills, headache, and then cold symptoms. So those are going to be things like sore throat, cough, runny, watery eyes, and congestion.
The numbers we are seeing this year are similar to what we saw in 2014. Doctors say the number of school outbreaks drastically went down that year after the holiday break, with students having time at home to get healthy before going back to school. They are hoping to see that again this year. Some St. Thomas University students aim to help those who are visually impaired with new technology called the Tactile Diagram Scanner. Jason Rantala shows us how it digitally captures and stores images from Braille textbooks.
It is hopefully a very big deal.
Charles Lundquist is one of 3 St. Thomas seniors.
So this is the scanner we developed.
Who've taken on designing the Tactile Diagram Scanner.
You can see the laser running across the page.
The scanner is thanks to 3 years of work, prototypes from previous St. Thomas students, and funding from the Dennis K. and Vivian D. Seymour Foundation.
This is how they would make old copies.
The new digital Braille copies will be stored on hard drives like these, replacing the older physical copies.
The risk here is that if those are damaged, there's a lot of financial loss.
They'll save time, money, and will be immune to fire and water damage.
And so what the students are doing is digitally capturing those images so that they can be reused for future students.
It's thousands of people's lives that you could affect with this.
That's why St. Thomas senior Henry Martinson says he took on this project.
I thought this project was really the one that could make the most impact in somebody's life.
Dr. Tiffany Lang says there are applications for the scanner that reach beyond our state.
This could be a technology that would be of interest to lots of different organizations across the nation.
Jason Rantala, KARE 11 News.
Great program. State Services for the Blind produces Braille materials and will now get that scanner. Rain, snow, which storm you get depends on where you live. JD has a complete weekend rundown just ahead. First, they are teaching each other. A beloved professor shares lessons in life. And a little bubbly to celebrate the new year. How to choose champagne or sparkling wine with expert pairing still to come. Coming up at 5, get ready for a shot of winter weather and how you can plan your weekend. Then the federal rule you may not know about and how it will impact tobacco users.
KARE 11 News at 5.
Holidays glow bright, and all your dreams take flight. Lease the GLA 250 4MATIC SUV for just $329 a month at the Mercedes-Benz winter event. Hurry in today.
April 20th is National Lookalike Day, a day for double trouble, copycats, and even the Twin Cities. But AARP in the Twin Cities thinks today should be your day. So connect with us at brewery tours and free movie screenings, or get your body moving on a hike or bike ride. We're here in our community helping you make the most of it. So grab your friends, family, and doppelgangers and take on today and every day with AARP in the Twin Cities.
Start your next project and save big money now at Menards. This Stiebel Eltron electric tankless water heater saves energy by providing a reliable source of hot water as you need it. Right now it's on sale for just $629.99. Save on a new Delta faucet. This porter bath faucet comes in an oil-rubbed bronze finish, just $79.99. This liquid bath faucet features Spot Shield technology. On sale for just $129.99. Take advantage of these great deals now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
They say you should always listen to your heart. And where better to do that than the island of Ireland. After all, your heart is the best compass there is. So get out there and fill your heart with the stuff that keeps it beating. Fill your heart with Ireland. Discover more at Ireland.com.
At the Ram Big Finish event, we're giving the ultimate gift. Employee pricing for all. So you can drive the only pickups that make the season shine brighter, carry more gifts, and bring the magic of the holidays to everyone in the back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Get the gifts that have it all with employee pricing for all.
Well-qualified returning FCA lessees can lease the 2019 Ram 1500 Classic for $258 a month, or returning lessees purchase and get 21% below MSRP on the 2019 Ram 1500 Classic.
KARE 11 Digital is presented by Becker Furniture World, Minnesota's guaranteed lowest prices.
At Becker, you can sleep like a boss. With Minnesota's largest selection of Serta and Beauty Rest mattresses, get the hottest deals on the top 2 mattress brands in America. Sleep like a boss at all 7 Becker locations.
In medical news, 1 dose of the HPV vaccine may be enough to protect against the cancer-causing virus. University of Texas researchers tracked young women who got the vaccine. They found a single shot as effective as the currently recommended 2 or 3 dose series. New research shows regular exercise could help prevent certain cancers. Guidelines are 2.5 to 5 hours a week of moderate activity or 1 to 2 vigorous hours. People who met those goals lowered risks of developing 7 types of cancer, including colon and breast. An associate professor at St. John's University is teaching lessons beyond his expertise in finance. He learned them decades ago in college, just not in the classroom.
If you don't have substantive friendships, look in the mirror.
If experience is the best teacher,
here's what I'll tell you.
This teacher,
that's a mistake.
Hopes college freshmen will learn from his.
And I want you guys to embrace it.
Professor Bob Bell, exactly 3 decades ago, was himself a new student here at St. John's University. The start of what he thought would be the greatest year of his life.
It was almost one of those things, love at first sight.
But college was not like Bob expected. In just 2 months on campus, he'd been in so much trouble, St. John's said it was kicking him out.
You will make mistakes.
And then came the November night that changed it all.
My freshman year, my first year, I was put in a full Nelson wrestling hold. And a student, not meaning to do that, broke my neck.
He would never walk again.
First thing I said, no one touch me, this is serious. Then I said, someone called 911, which when those words come out of your mouth, you know, you can't believe you're saying it about yourself. And then the third thing I said is I forgive you.
I forgive you. 3 words that 30 years later, Bob says he still can't believe came to mind at that moment. And words he says set the course of his life.
I knew it was the right thing to do, and I'm as proud of it today as I was 5 minutes after I said it then. And yeah, people look at it as a good example.
But being an example didn't come easily. After his injury, Bob spent months in rehab where he thought often of suicide, but decided he not only wanted to live, he wanted an extraordinary life.
Made some life choices of who I wanted to be, how I wanted my family and friends to see me, what I wanted to accomplish, and the first goal I set was to come back to St. Ben's and St. John's.
Bob did come back, graduated just a year behind his class, and then finished law school at the University of Minnesota.
Everything you saw on Wolf of Wall Street, I did that. And
he went on to work for the Securities and Exchange Commission and for a firm on Wall Street, all while visiting more than 50 countries. But through it all, one place was always on his mind. And 3 years ago, Bob moved back to the St. John's dorms, where he's now a resident advisor to 65 college freshmen.
And I want to be there for all of you.
Giving students what he calls pearls of wisdom, life lessons he wishes he'd known at their age.
I want you to be honest and then do some self-reflection.
He's really accessible and really genuinely cares for his students, and he helps steer me in the right direction.
It's going to be good. It really is.
Collegeville, Janelle Klein, KARE 11 News.
Well, he certainly is living that extraordinary life. Bob says St. John students are also helping him. He has a group of 15 current and former students who act as his caregivers. Wonderful, wonderful story. Thank you for Janelle for that. Everyone is bracing for the next winter storm set to hit this weekend. Find out when it will hit, where, and when in JD's complete forecast. Then sparkling tips to toast in the new year. We are pouring fun for a great night out.
Hurry into Nissan's year-end event for your last chance to save big on Altima with available intelligent all-wheel drive. Get 0% financing for 60 months on the 2020 Rogue.
April 20th is National Lookalike Day, a day for double trouble, copycats, and even the Twin Cities. But AARP in the Twin Cities thinks today should be your day. So connect with us at brewery tours and free movie screenings, or get your body moving on a hike or bike ride. We're here in our community helping you make the most of it. So grab your friends, family, gangers, and take on today and every day with AARP in the Twin Cities.
'Tis the season to mix things up in a Cadillac. Give your comfy couch a break. Take the fireplace with you. Leave the holiday party in the past. And have a not-so-silent night with 3 rows of friends. Get this low-mileage lease on select 2019 Cadillac XT5 vehicles in dealer stock for around $379 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer.
At Becker, you can shop like a boss. Get 58% off store-wide. Wow. Plus 60 months special financing. Shop like a boss at all 7 Becker locations.
With employee pricing for all, the greatest gifts aren't found in a store. They're out there, gift wrapped in snow. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and open them. Unwrap the world in a Jeep SUV with employee pricing for all. With employee pricing for all, well-qualified returning Grand Cherokee lessees can lease the 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude 4x4 for $299 a month.
The Joseph A. Bank lowest prices of the year event. Save up to 85% off. Suits for $149, sport coats for $99, dress shirts, sports shirts, and sweaters for $29. Plus an extra 60% off clearance. The lowest prices of the year event. Only at Joseph A. Bank.
Jack those halls, trim those trees, do business right this time.
Hurry into Nissan's year-end event for your last chance to save big on Altima with available intelligent all-wheel drive. Get $500 holiday bonus cash on select models.
They are the people who brighten the season.
Bless you.
And now we're bringing them together for our first ever Land of 10,000 Stories holiday special. New Year's Day at 6:30 p.m.
Welcome back. Obviously, a lot of weather to deal with as we head into the weekend. So let's go ahead and just jump right in with your headlines as we make our way through the next, well, really 72 hours. We're going to notice the snow will start tomorrow morning, and it won't last long before switching over to a wintry mix. And then by the afternoon for the metro, we're looking at rain. And for really folks around the metro and to the south looking for that rain as well. It's going to stay as rain for Saturday and into Sunday. It's not until Monday that we're going to see the switch over to snow for everyone. Keep in mind, though, where we have that winter storm warning, and I'll show you that in just a second, it's going to stay snow the entire time, so significant accumulations possible in those areas. Right now, though, beautiful sunset over the Minneapolis skyline. Dew point at 20 degrees, 28. Feels like 22 with the south-southwest wind about 6 miles per hour. And temperature-wise, we're going to hold pretty steady as we head throughout the rest of the evening with these partly cloudy skies. Temperature-wise, most folks in the 20s, a few 30s, though, farther to the south and teens off to the northwest where we're seeing some of that colder air start to push on in. And the radar and satellite actually pretty quiet right now, so you wouldn't even know this mess is going to start to move on in. And it'll do so about 2 to 4 o'clock in southwestern Minnesota, making it up to the metro by about 7. By noon, starting to switch over to rain for most of southern Minnesota. But once again, notice northern and western Minnesota stay as snow the entire time. By Sunday morning, low pressure really just sitting and spinning on top of us, not really going to be moving too much. We'll see a break Sunday night into Monday, and then Monday, the backside of the system rolls through, and that's when we're going to see snow across the entire region, and we could see several inches out of that as well, especially depending on where you live, because it looks like the snow is going to last the majority of the day. The liquid equivalent of what we're going to be seeing, about 1 to 2 inches of rain. In fact, most folks from St. Cloud down to the south, it will be mostly rain. But where you see some of these darker colors to the north and west, that's where we could see 10, maybe 12 inches of snow. And once again, those are the areas from Marshall up to Brainerd onto the Arrowhead that we're seeing that winter storm warning. South of that, winter weather advisory, including the metro, sleet and ice accumulations possible before all of this switches over to rain for the afternoon. Temperatures overnight getting into the 20s for southern Minnesota, teens for northern Minnesota, and you can see by the afternoon getting above freezing for a lot of folks. Where you see those above freezing temperatures, that's where we're going to see that transition to rain for the afternoon and the continuous rain, and even warmer into the mid-40s on Sunday. By Monday, as we mentioned, we'll get a break in the morning. Snow returns late morning into the afternoon, and it'll finally move out Monday night into Tuesday with some mostly cloudy skies. New Year's Eve into New Year's Day looking pretty good, pretty quiet, and then we'll start to slowly warm things back up, believe it or not, above freezing again by the time we get to Friday. Carla?
All right, we'll have to weather the next couple of days. No pun intended. Very good. Thanks so much, JD. Yeah, we are getting ready to ring in the new year and, of course, the new decade. So it is always fun to add a little fizz. Here with flavors and events to celebrate Minnesota style is Heather Howard Ruiz. She's a sommelier and wine educator. Welcome to you. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate that. I love that you brought a variety of sparkling options to show us and to remind us of what we can do this holiday season.
Well, it's that time of year. Sparkling wine is probably one of the most exciting
categories, especially at New Year's.
Yes.
So we brought for you today, we want to work through all sorts of different price points for you guys out there. What's easy to grab from the shelf, some fun thematic themes happening from champagne right now. So we have 3 different styles of glassware in front of us, and there is a purpose and a fun, basically kind of a fun approach to each one of them.
Love it. So with this one, it looks like it's Prosecco.
Yeah, so this is the Astoria Prosecco.
Wonderful.
It's in this beautiful blue bottle. Wonderful for all those winter brides out there right now.
Oh, yeah,
But
there's a few.
Prosecco is just a really easy grab right off the shelf. It is perfect for mixing, perfect for cocktails, bellinis, mimosas. So you can just do so much with Prosecco. It's really versatile.
Love that.
And we served our Prosecco today in a traditional coupe. A traditional coupe is just very vintage and chic, really fun.
That is super fun. Okay, switching gears. This looks more like the classic champagne glass, doesn't it?
It is. So this is the classic champagne flute, and what the classic flute does, it's really celebratory, and basically it preserves the bubbles. So you have more bubbles that just pop on your tongue and in your mouth, and you would most often see a traditional champagne flute at a restaurant.
Yeah, it's delicious, by the way. And last but not least, right here.
So last but not least, this is a traditional white wine glass. Say, well, why are you drinking champagne out of a white wine glass? And some restaurants right now are actually serving champagne in a white wine glass. A famous winemaker once said, Olivier Krug, he said, drinking wine from a champagne flute is like going to a concert with earmuffs on. And when you come to a fine champagne like Ruinart, which is actually one of the first champagne houses in all of France, and it's delivered to you in this traditional vintage champagne bottle shape, he said that you need to really let those aromas and flavors kind of dance up and hit your nose and your palate. So when drinking really true fine champagne, we want to go for the white wine glass because we'll be able to explore more of those flavors.
I love that. That is so perfect. I know you have a lot more to share, so we were going to refer people right now to the website because this is so fabulous. You obviously are just an expert in this area. So if you're interested in joining Heather at a New Year's Eve event, she will be at Matchstick at the Hotel Crosby in Stillwater. There will be champagne tasting and a chef's platter. Just call the number on your screen to make reservations, and we will have all of this information on KARE11.com. Thank you so much. Be right back. Coming up at 5, get ready for a shot of winter weather and how you can plan your weekend. Then the federal rule you may not know about and how it will impact tobacco users.
KARE 11 News at 5.
You told me you wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. Is that what this is about?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you rehabilitated?
It made me want to obey the law and be a better person.
Declaring a national emergency.
You gotta be proud of what you do. You gotta be detailed, element by element.
I've been trained to notice things that most human eyes don't see.
I feel like I put my soul into the cause.
Your work ethic, the product you provide, reflects on your name.
We sign off.
We sign off.
So you can sign on.
Visit your Volkswagen dealer during the Sign Then Drive event and you can lease a new 2020 Tiguan. 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month, and 0 due at signing.
Did you know that you or a loved one may qualify for assistance in relocating from a nursing home or hospital to a new residence? And with MetroCare Human, the process doesn't need to be confusing. MetroCare is a state-certified relocation provider. We can help with your SSI application, Metro Mobility, state ID, and even setting up a bank account, all for free. We speak 6 languages and can help you navigate the system to find a place that's right for you. Call or go to MetroCareServicesMN.com today.
At Becker, you can sleep like a boss. With Minnesota's largest selection of Serta and Beauty Rest mattresses, get the hottest deals on the top 2 mattress brands in America. Sleep like a boss at all 7 Becker locations.
At the Ram Big Finish event, we're giving the ultimate gift. Employee pricing for all. So you can drive the only pickups that make the season shine brighter. Carry more gifts and bring the magic of the holidays to everyone in the back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Get the gifts that have it all with employee pricing for all.
Well-qualified returning FCA lessees can lease the 2019 Ram 1500 Classic for $258 a month, or returning lessees purchase and get 21% below MSRP on the 2019 Ram 1500 Classic.
The Joseph A. Bank lowest prices of the year event. Save up to 85% off. Suits for $149, sport coats for $99, dress shirts, sports shirts, and sweaters for $29, plus an extra 60% off clearance. The lowest prices of the year event, only at Joseph A. Bank.
All right, so brace ourselves, right?
Yep. Thankfully, most of the overnight looking fairly quiet. So if you have any Friday evening plans, you're looking good. It's by the time we get to the morning hours, things will start to slowly go downhill. Snow changing over to rain for most of east central and southern Minnesota. Northern and western Minnesota staying as snow the whole time. And then as we get into Monday, everyone sees snow before it finally moves out late Monday night.
Fabulous, I think. See you at 5, everyone.
April 20th is National Lookalike Day, a day for